On, guys? Another film breakdown here from Kobe Jacobino, scout and player evaluator over at PrepHoops.com. Today we're going to be taking a look at 2021 wing Jared Billups. Just some background on Billups. He is a rising senior at McDonogh. Currently stands 6'6". His huddle page has him listed at 206 pounds, which is pretty impressive. Just already bringing that type of size to the wing position as a rising senior. Jared is one of the prospects that I have enjoyed watching grow, both literally and figuratively over the past couple of years. He has had drastic improvements to his body, and it shows with his play and his confidence on the court. And it really does make him an effective scorer, defender, and he can just bring a lot to the floor that today's game and today's college programs are looking for in their wings. And as you're going to see in this video here, McDonogh went through their share of injuries, which meant that Jared had the ball in his hands a lot more as a primary playmaker and ball handler at some points. But just to go over some of the strengths that he immediately brings is first thing that comes to mind with Jared is his versatility on both ends. As a defender with his size, he's quick, he's athletic enough to guard either guard spot. Also, obviously, his natural position I would say is a wing, and he can guard that position comfortably. And then in the MIAA he can even get away with times guarding the stretch fours, or even he's strong enough to battle with the stronger forwards of the league and hold his own. So I think that's first and foremost. The other thing that he brings is that athleticism, athletic finisher over the rim, as a rim protector defensively. You're going to see in this video as well. He's a capable 3-point shooter with time. It's definitely a part of his game that he is continuing to improve on and needs to improve on more before he gets to the college level. But you'll see here, he's got a nice form on his shot. It's just more of him staying in rhythm, both on off the dribble and on the catch. The other thing that he brings, like I said before, he's a plus shot blocker for a wing because of his athleticism. He gets a lot of chase down blocks, and he times them very well. And then he's a plus rebounder for his position. Rebounds out of his area well, and he's got that ability to rebound and push the tempo himself, which is always a huge plus. Some things that I think he needs to focus on improving on going forward. Just an overall aggressive state of mind, which we saw this year because he pretty much had to. Like I said, they had their share of injuries, but just knowing when to keep his foot on the pedal and take over games per se. Again, just becoming a little bit more consistent with the jumper, off the dribble. Sometimes he can get a little bit out of pace and rush his shot. So that's just something to focus on moving forward. And then becoming more comfortable off the dribble as a playmaker. We're going to see here, he does make a lot of plays for himself. And, in the game he makes solid decisions with the ball. But I just want to see Jared become a little bit more comfortable because I think that's going to open up his game tremendously moving on to the next level. So, so far, Billups has offers from Brown, Bucknell, Mount St. Mary's, Loyola, and UMass Lowell. I definitely expect that list to grow as the season gets started, and maybe even some CAA programs to move in here on his recruitment. So we'll get started on the highlight tape here. So we're going to go with this first play. Going to get it off the catch. Deny Dennis Sutton's going to be setting him a screen. He's going to use it well. Big step through. Good left-hand finish. Takes on the contact. Here's you're going to see his athleticism going through the lane, in traffic, finishing over defenders. Here's you're going to see a screen. This is something you might not see often from Billups, but definitely a good sign, just an off-the-dribble three. Like I said, he does get good form on his jumper. It's more of him just staying in pace and not getting out of his rhythm. This is something that he's been effective at since he got to the high school level, is getting into the paint, getting into a shot, and finishing at a good rate. Now the catch and shoot three under the contest, which is good. Here's another athletic finish. Gets really good vertical on his jump shot, finishing through contact here as well. Again, here's one of those mid-range pull-ups. Would like to see him stick the form there, but nevertheless he finishes. Here's an example of his shot blocking prowess. Let's go back here and run that back for you guys. I mean, just comes out of the picture. He's sprinting down the floor, times it perfectly, avoids getting a foul call. It does go out of bounds, but had a chance of staying in. Here he's going to be operating with the ball off the ball screen, taking the contact, and finishing through good defense. Here's another athletic finish. One dribble, rise up. Defender thought about taking a charge, but made a good business decision on his end. That's a solid shot. Just one dribble into the paint off the curl and a good finish. Go him operating more with the ball. See, it's a good shot. But at that college level, that's a play. We'll go back here. Then maybe you want to see him kick out to that. If you have a shooter out here, right here, it's denied Dennis Sutton. So he made a good decision. Not exactly a primary three-point shooter, but just not rushing himself off the dribble too much. Taking his time, understanding he has control of the ball, and being confident with everything. Here's another impressive chase down block. I'm going to go back here. And when you watch Billups in person, I mean, you can really tell, if the other team is on a break, he's sizing up, whoever has the ball the entire time. And it's similar to, what you see when you're watching the NBA and LeBron, all of a sudden he just comes into the screen and sends a shot into the stands. Well, Billups has that same approach when he's hunting down the guy in front of him. It's a quick clip, but see, in that he's not necessarily sprinting. He knows how to time it, knows how to avoid the foul. It's just a really, he can really have a huge impact on the game with that. Again, operating in a ball screen, kind of gets a little bit out of control there, but then he's able to recover, just use his strength and finish at the rim. Something you love to see there. Again, finishing through contact, embracing it. More operating off the dribble, just getting to where he wants, and that's something that Billups can do on a consistent basis in my mind. A tough shot there. Good decision not to settle, getting in as close as he can to the rim, and that's the thing. I mean, McDonogh was a solid team, but after they suffered a ton of injuries, Billups didn't have many options in terms of driving in the lane and finding a dead-eye shooter. So there was a lot of shots that may look like he had forced it, but it was honestly the best shot for that possession. There's another chase down block. Give me that. Getting up towards the rim. That's impressive too. Getting off balance with the in and out. Here we go. Showtime. So, I mean, moving forward, man, Billups, I'm looking for him to have another big senior season. I think this year was huge for his confidence, just in terms of getting those in-game reps of being a primary ball handler. McDonogh will look to load up. They're getting their guys back. Preston Howard's going to be returning to the lineup after he was out most of last year with an injury. They got some freshmen coming in. Obviously, they're freshmen from last season. The point guard, McDonogh, Paul Swinson, he's going to grow in his role and become more confident. So McDonogh is definitely a team that's going to be one to watch, and a big reason is because of Billups. I think, as I said earlier, going forward, he's a guy who I think is on the radar of many CAA programs, and I wouldn't be surprised if they, shortly after the season, extend offers his way. So that's pretty much it on this film breakdown. Hope you guys enjoyed. Again, if you could, hit that like button. Leave me any comments, with feedback, anything you would like to see, maybe any players that you would like to see in the future. And then also, if you could, just subscribe to that page. It definitely helps with everything that I'm doing. So again, thanks for taking the time to watch the video, and we'll be back next week with another film breakdown.